I remember I hooked up with a girl on a half pipe one time. That's some real white shit. That's the whitest thing ever.
Was Avril Lavigne playing in the background?
He just a skate. I didn't know how to skate. I did have a Spitfire wheel shirt though, and some and some Duffs.
Welcome back to the pod. My name's Kenny. I'm here with my co-host Matt. What's going on, brother?
What's up, guys? Do we have females in our DMs, Kenny?
No.
Because you probably listened to episode 25.
And anyone that thought about it ever.
If you listen to the last episode of the BJJ Balance podcast, which we just did breaking news 10 minutes ago, that is probably why we are luckily married to who we're married to now. And we don't have anybody in our DMs. If they were, they have eliminated their comment and they're out of there.
If they sent anything,
these old guys,
it was unsent.
These creepy old fucking dudes. Shitting in cups.
I was gonna say Matt shitting in a cup.
2 girls, 1 cup. One male dude, 1 Carl's Jr. cup. Oh man.
All right.
Fuck, dude. All right. We're still just recovering from that. Wow. Anyways,
we got some weird fight shit coming up. What the fuck, man?
Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody has an opinion on it. So hey, you're gonna give us our opinion on it.
I saw a picture today, and it was Jake Paul when he was 18, when he was doing like fucking vines, and then it was Mike Tyson was 18, looking like a absolute fucking pit bull.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're 2 very different men.
Who you got?
It's always hard for me on ones like this because I feel like everybody knows boxing can so easily be fixed, and it's hard to take Jake Paul seriously.
People are like, oh, they're diving for him on purpose, like
right,
but they're not, because I've seen these dudes getting lit.
But I did see something today from Tyson, and he said a lot of people are making speculation and comments that I'm doing this for the money. He's like, I don't need the money. He goes, I want to put an end to Jake Paul's career with this fight. I'm over. He goes, I respect Jake Paul as a man, but I don't like what he's doing in boxing. I'm over this shit. I plan on going out there and taking his head off.
I hope you're right, Mike. I think everybody kind of wants Mike Tyson to win.
Yeah. And I don't know the validity of it because I didn't look into this, but my cousin, I was talking to him on the phone on Friday on my drive home, had mentioned that this is an actually sanctioned fight. It's not an exhibition. I don't know if that's true or not.
I hope that's good news for us if it is a sanctioned fight.
Because I don't think Mike would want to just give that up.
Right. So it's going to go on Mike Tyson's record.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if it's a sanctioned fight, then he's really going to give it all. Do I think that's enough? Like, I heard Mike Tyson was walking around with a cane. Like,
oh, I do remember that, like a year ago.
He's not like that video of him hitting mitts with Rafael Cordero. That was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
No, there's new ones out. He's put out.
Oh yeah, that was last day 2, motherfucker. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
when I saw him in the Holyfield fight, he looked good in the beginning, but he did not have a gas tank. Understandable. The guy's almost 60 fucking years old. You know what I mean? And these clips, you look at these clips and he looks phenomenal in these clips, but
those are blitzes.
Exactly. And we're looking at a 3 to 5 second clip, which is nothing compared to 3-minute rounds.
I know rounds. Anderson Silva's younger than Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
I know Anderson Silva's got good defense and good striking, and he's a very good boxer. Is he as good as Mike Tyson at boxing? Maybe not, but he's a good boxer and he's younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Anderson Silva show, and we're doing boxing math here, show success against Jake Paul, especially with the uppercut, which is Mike Tyson's one of his best punches. But I also saw Anderson Silva get knocked down and lose.
Right.
And if you were saying right now, Anderson Silva versus Mike Tyson are boxing an 8-round net fight, who you putting your money on?
Anderson.
I hope I'm wrong, but I just feel like Jake's going to get it. Whether it's by hook or by crook.
Right.
I feel like
that's what bums me out too, is because I feel like by having, I know obviously that's why he's doing this. I feel like by having, if he beats Mike Tyson, then he's going to try to say that this negates any of the, oh, you haven't fought a real boxer. But the guy's almost 60 years old.
Yeah.
So it's like.
He couldn't put Nate Diaz away. There's that.
That's true.
He couldn't put Nate Diaz away.
Right.
And I guarantee you Mike Tyson's defense is better than Nate Diaz.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a big right hand. That means he's going to want to engage, right? Mike Tyson's going to close the distance.
And that's always been Mike's game. Mike even talks about it. I'm not the biggest heavyweight, so I had to get in low and up close as, you know what I mean, to mitigate all that. And that's what he did. I think in every single aspect of this fight, Mike Tyson has the upper hand, except for age and maybe gas tank.
Yeah.
And Nate doesn't have, or not, sorry, not Nate.
Maybe power.
What's his name? Jake doesn't have a phenomenal gas tank.
You might think Mike Tyson has more power, but he might not.
Yeah. He looks like it. Hitting those pads, he looks like it.
Yeah. But the pad guy can do a lot too. Like, boom.
Yeah.
The pad guy can make you shine, dude.
Yeah.
If you look at the pad guy, he's like,
but
like he's really fucking playing it on. But
think of the Nate fight. Jake was just locking up, clinching, and trying to put his weight because he was tired, but he's also trying to wear out Nate. And he knows that Nate has a phenomenal gas tank. So I see a lot of that. And I think that's going to bum me out. Jake does that a lot in a lot of his fights. He goes to clinch because he doesn't have an answer for the actual fight. He doesn't have a real defense. So if I'm holding on to him, he can't punch me. And I can also put my weight on him and kind of wear him out, tire him down.
It's a tactic.
Yeah. Yeah. But it seems like he employs that tactic more than anything because
we saw him fight one real boxer.
And he lost.
Fury, and he lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and people would say that that's not even Fury's a mid-tier boxer at best. You know, it's not a world champion by any means. But in all fairness, Nate's not world champion caliber. I mean, Jake's not world champion caliber. Why would he be fighting a world champion?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be. I'll watch it. I think especially if it's on Netflix, it's free. But
yeah, we're all gonna watch it.
Yeah,
and I bet you it's not free on Netflix. I bet you they make you pay.
Oh, a premium.
I bet you they're like, hey,
I got an answer for that.
Yeah, I think everybody has an answer for that.
Yeah,
I mean, we pay for all our UFCs, Kenny.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of them, every one of them.
I pay for them.
I pay every Saturday night. I'm like $78 because just what I do. Just let that be known. I pay for everyone, because I support the fighters. So I want to talk about something.
It's good that you do because fucking Dana doesn't.
Now I want to talk about something here. Shout out to Francis Ngannou for freaking making $20 million to get slept. And now he's coming out saying, "Do you hear what he said? I think I was drugged. I was sleepy before the fight."
Oh, come on,
dude.
Don't make excuses this late. He even said, "I didn't feel it. I think that's how I know I got knocked out."
Yeah.
Just leave it there. That was great.
That was a great comment.
That was great.
Yeah. $20 million, dude. I guess he made more in that fight than the whole Sugar Sean O'Malley card combined. That's crazy, right?
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Which was the fourth highest selling UFC gate of all time, the O'Malley one. That's wild.
Speaking of UFC fights, and one of the funnest things dudes love to do, right, is just get together. We watch the fights. We have great times. Everything's good.
Have you done the movie theater thing yet?
Yeah, it's fun.
Is it?
It is fun.
Nate's hit me up about it a couple times, and I haven't.
Yeah, I went with him one time, and it was fun. Yeah, I had a great time. I want to do it again.
That's a good theater to do it.
I want to do it again.
I think it would be rad
because it's not like everybody's quiet. Like, shh. It's like people are standing up, walking around. It's like watching the fights.
I think it'd be rad if we had a BJJ Balance meetup at something like that.
Hell yeah! Just get jumped. A bunch of dudes. You talk shit. We just. Hey, oh yeah, my purple belt got divorced because of you. Yeah.
My wife saw all your memes.
Yeah, piece of shit, you're that guy. My kid was in the car, he talked about shitting in the cup. Something stupid, right? Back to UFC fights. Why are UFC fights? It's fun. You get the guys together. We watch UFC fights. It's 3 hours away from your family, and then you go home.
Right.
And then you go back to your life. what? And I'm not like, what happened? When we were 14 and 15, I'd be like, Kenny, this weekend, my house, go to Blockbuster, we get a couple fucking games, go to Hollywood Video, get a couple games, we'll hook the TVs up in the living room.
Right.
My mom's got snacks, we'll play up all night playing games, we'll do this, fucking have an adult movie just playing in the background for no fucking reason. Look, I've downloaded it yesterday on LimeWire. Shit's about to go off, dude, at my house.
I thought I was downloading a Soulja Boy song. It's porn.
Oops. But like, right? So I want to bring back the man sleepover. Hear me out. I saw some people on Barstool talking about this. And I'm like, they're fucking right. Let's bring back, you get your boys together. You freaking say, hey guys, my house. I get on the sticks. I own the bitch now.
Right.
So my mom's not gonna be like, keep it down, guys. Dad's got to work in the morning. None of that shit. We come over, we'll hook TVs up, we'll get sleeping bags out, we'll game it all fucking night. You know what I mean? We'll send our wives away.
Right. I was gonna say you gotta get the wife out of the house.
We're all just bullshitting, pizzas,
annoying.
Whatever. Beer now. We got beer.
Not sneaking one from dad's.
Not sneaking one of dad's out of the garage. Like, yeah. It's fucking just a man sleepover. We're all just bullshitting about our kids and our wives and whatever. And like, oh, that's what they call it. My wife's like, that's what they call guys trips. You know, y'all go to camping and I want to camp.
Yeah.
I'm tired of camping. I've evolved from the campsite. I own a house.
I want to do this in the comfort of my own home.
I own a house with a $3,000 mortgage. You know what I mean? I want the party. I got the 75 curved because that's how girls like it. I got it. Got the PS5, TVs, whatever, tournament, just freaking playing whatever.
Right.
What's the funnest part about jiu-jitsu? It's after jiu-jitsu, whenever it's just bullshit.
Yeah, the hang.
That doesn't have to end. We could put mats in the living room. We could demo shit.
I did
we
that.
Could play games.
I'm not here. I went to Nate's house. Nate, he made me pizza. He had mats in the living room. We watched UFC fights and then we rolled. And our wives were probably looking at us like, what in the fuck is going on right now?
But imagine
it was
that.
A blast.
Imagine, when's the last time you stayed up till the sun came up playing games and talking jiu-jitsu? It's the man sleepover. Yeah, we need to bring it back. It sounds fun. You know it does.
Look, I'm not opposed to it. It's the convincing my wife.
Kenny's like, I get scared in the middle of the night. I know fucking Jim. I know Jim has sleep apnea. He's gonna be snoring all loud and shit.
Somebody's gonna bring their CPAP machine hooked up in the living room.
It's gonna be loud as shit. Someone ain't gonna be able to sleep. We have flow grappling on one side. We had fucking so-and-so actually pays for browsers because he's single. He's got it going on the other side. You know what I mean? Like watching old UFC fights, talking about what if Andrei Arlovski didn't jump that flying knee on Fedor, would he have won? Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of this cool shit. I'm for it.
I could see a man sleepover happening again. But I feel like yeah, I guess you want it at the house. I was going to say just rent a bunch of hotel rooms and
a hotel party.
Yeah.
No, because then the wife's like, you're getting hookers. You think the wife's not going to be on the nanny cam checking what the fuck's going on? She's gonna, come on, we can't ask too much. The ring's going to be going off and shit. But like, I'm all for it, dude. You got to let the neighbors know, like, hey, we're having a man over. Okay? We sent the wives to the winery. They're not coming home.
Yeah.
We're having a man over. And don't tell your wives, everybody in my house starts at 9:00. I got all the shit hooked up. The systems are fired.
It's gonna start earlier than that, the fights.
Yeah. Well,
starts at 7.
7. It's go time.
Pizza and wings on the way.
Phones are off.
Yeah.
It's freaking game time. Bring it back. Lone wolves are dying, guys. There's no such thing as lone wolves anymore. Camaraderie, team, the man over. And I'm sorry if there's some cool girls. Well, my wife's cool as fuck, though. I don't care. No, she can't come. Sorry. Jim's got a sleep apnea machine.
It's a boys' trip without all of the questionable shit that your wife might wonder about.
It's a boys' trip, but you know where we are.
Yeah.
We're at Matt's house. And we're chilling. And there's going to be a lot of fucking cans and shit on the fucking countertop. Like we're 25. There might be some beer pong outside.
We got to chip in for a house cleaner at this point. Cause if your wife comes home to that, she's going to fucking shit a brick.
Yes. For sure.
She's going to shit into a Carl's Jr.
have to clean it the next day. For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sleeping bags and shit.
That would be that would be the jam. You do it and you
hire somebody.
Hire a fucking house cleaner to come the next day.
You tell them to come back that afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's game time, guys. Man over. That's what I wanted to talk about, the man sleepover. What else we got?
Why are jiu-jitsu classes 3 hours?
Because of that. That's exactly why. Because they're an hour. I told my wife, I'm going to jiu-jitsu, be back. Come back 3 hours because we're all bullshitting afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's why the man over doesn't have to let it go. That's what I was trying to say. That's why I put that there. Why are jiu-jitsu 3 hours? Because we're all bullshitting afterwards. We don't want to go home. And we got rid of that when we were 14. We used to all hang out.
Right.
Go outside, ding dong, did shit, ride bikes.
I had a buddy named Brian in high school.
He's not your friend anymore?
No, I don't talk to anybody from high school anymore. I don't live anywhere near there, but
yeah. No reunions for Kenny, huh?
No, didn't go to any of them. But Brian had the house. So he had pretty liberal parents, but he had like a massive backyard. And he had a tree in the backyard that had a dope tree house. And he had a giant trampoline, but not the big circle ones. This one was like rectangular. So you jump higher and shit. Mm-hmm. He had one of those and you can jump from the tree house in onto the trampoline and then jump off the trampoline back into the tree house, like above. And then he had a zip line that went from his bedroom window over the backyard fence. Cause he lived like, his house backed up to a hill and went to a tree at the bottom of the hill. You could zip line down it. And Brian was like a karate black belt or something like that, like super young, but like kept training all through high school and whatnot. And like was super into like ninja shit. So he had like the ninja climbing. So Brian's house was wild. It was just absolute chaos. Fucking parents let us do whatever. We're just doing boy shit. Just basically what you just talked about. But
I remember I hooked up with a girl on a half pipe one time. That's some real white shit. That's the whitest thing ever.
Was Avril Lavigne playing in the background?
He just was skating. I didn't know how to skate. I did have a Spitfire wheel shirt though, and some and some Duffs.
I don't know how to skate. I had a Spitfire wheel shirt though.
I did. And some reefs, some Airwalks, some DVSs, big old fat tongue at knees.
Oh fuck.
That was
the Osiris, the D3s.
The D3s, yep. The Duffs, all that shit. Yep. Damn. Mm-hmm. Wars in the gym. Let's get to jiu-jitsu. Wars in the gym. How coaches deal with aggressive students who have no chill. More context, Kenny. What are we talking about here?
We kind of briefly touched on this in the last episode, but I think to expand upon this a little bit further, specifically if you've got hotheads in the gym that maybe they hold the arm bar a little too long after the tap,
you just gotta fucking.
But like, this is hard for me to. I'm not a coach. I'm a blue belt. But like, how would what do you think the proper way for? I think you kind of mentioned you said Poncho's ejected people out of the gym, put them on a suspension.
Tell like people you can't roll with each other no more.
Oh, really? Like you two specifically no more ever?
No more.
Wow.
You guys just obviously aren't
compatible.
Right. There's plenty of classes. Like if we're on the gym together, you're on different sides of the gym.
Yeah.
You guys just yin and yang, right? You're not getting along. So wars in the gym, you just gotta kind of avoid it.
Right. Do you think there's really we're older at this point. Do you think there's any getting an older man to cut that shit out, or you just kind of separate him from the situation?
Sometimes old dudes will play on their age, which I've noticed that like they'll be like, "Hey, take it easy on me. I'm old."
No. I mean more or less like the hey, 40-year-old aggressive dude, you need to calm that shit down. Hey, I'm 40. I'm not calming down. I am the person who I am. Okay, then since you're
I'm grown. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to, the tiger can't change its stripes. We're just going to separate you. I guess that makes sense how you said that.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes tiger can't change its stripes, but like I see this a lot with the older jiu-jitsu guys. They'll be like, "Hey, take it easy on me. I'm an old guy." I'm like, "Okay." but then you're not taking it easy on somebody when you're going like, hey man, this is not how it works.
Right.
Dude.
Right.
Like,
it's like the flow roll thing.
Yeah. Exactly like it. A lot of older guys will be like that, like, hey, take it easy on me. But when they get that thing, they're locking it, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to take it easy on you, bro. You're coming from my head.
Right. Yeah. We're in jiu-jitsu.
Sparring is hard.
Yeah. You know what?
Let's get back to it. We haven't talked about it. Flow rolling sucks. Okay? Yeah. Hey, sparring is hard. It's not. It's going to be hard. You're going to get smashed. You're going to get cross-faced. You're going to get shoulder to the face. You're going to get flattened out. You're going to get pack-caked. You're going to get knee on the belly.
Flow rolling isn't what you think it is, and it's not what people are lying to you and tell you that it is. Flow rolling is a regular roll is two dudes coming together, and they're 100% from the gate. Flow rolling is two dudes starting at 5% and slowly increasing it till about the 1 minute mark, till it's 100%.
To me,
it's like like, hey, you're gonna pretend that you're gonna go light. I'm gonna pretend that I'm gonna go light, and when I start to feel you go aggressive, I'm gonna flip it on too.
How come? This is gonna be a video already. I can tell. How come all the best guys are the ones that you always ask the best guys in the gym to flow roll? But you're trying to say our round was easy. You don't want to get that fucking ass whooped. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the best guy in the gym like, hey, you want to flow a little bit? So then now my next 4 rolls with guys who aren't as good as that guy, and I evaded getting
I got that one out of the way.
I get evaded from getting smoked by the fucking legit dude, and now I'm just rolling with 3 cupcakes or whatever.
Hey, Mateo, on Monday we're going to flow roll.
Hey, you want to flow? And then, okay. And then, I did my 4 rounds. I got 4 rounds in the day. One was a flow. Bullshit. Just roll hard. Roll hard, bring the smoke. Higher belts flow roll with lower belts because you don't want them to, you want to help them.
Right. Yeah. You're not trying to tap them every.
But lower belts or equal belts, bring the pain, baby. Bring the smoke because that's.
I feel like there's a pie chart.
Jiu-jitsu is the only sport where you can go 100%. Why are we not going 100%?
There's a pie chart meme here.
Is there?
Like asking someone to flow roll, and then like the fucking like red and green is go 100%, and red is the actually slow down.
There is a pie chart meme here.
Yep.
My man's starting to think in memes, dude. He's evolving. He's evolving, dude. He's growing. He's evolving.
I'm like blue belt level meme right now.
Hey, you had that one. The wrist lock video went for. We had 1 million.
No, we're at almost 300.
300,000. Look at you, baby. That's all it.
That was a revamp because it kind of got hard stuck at 190, and then
that's all Kenny, baby.
When you said that your algorithm got fixed, I re-threw it out there.
Kenny's like, give me a caption for this. I know there's something here.
Yeah,
and that shit just ran. Yeah. So yeah, no, flow rolling is bullshit. It's bullshit.
Flow rolling.
I get the only time you should flow roll is if you're at a tournament and you're at the mats warming up for the tournament, and you're just trying to get loose with somebody to build a little sweat. And we're just getting to the movements.
You know,
if I get a submission, I'm fucking pulling it.
When I first heard the term flow rolling and I didn't quite fully understand it, I wrestled a little bit in high school, and I remember like light warm ups, like pummeling drills.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where you just nobody
in and out.
That's what I thought flow rolling was. It's kind of like that, or 10th Planet does a system thing where they call it their warm-ups. And you learn like a series. So it's like it's 2 partners. Guy A is going to do this. Guy B is going to do this. You're going to try this submission. He's going to dive over Kimura, pull your back. So it's almost like a
ever-evolving dance. Yeah. Kata almost. A jiu-jitsu kata.
100%. So there's usually like 3 steps to it. So there's like, what I mean by steps is like there'll be like one, like from point A to point B, you're probably doing 3-4 moves a piece, and then there's added onto that a second, so it now it becomes 8 moves, and then there's a third one, so they end up being pretty long when you learn the whole thing. But so when I first heard flow, I kind of thought that because that's how it kind of looks. You know what I mean? Like, is nobody's really like snatching anything. It's just kind of like a back and forth. Looks neat. You know what I mean? And it's just trying to build muscle memory. It makes sense. It teaches your mind to like think like, okay, if he goes to the armbar, I can do this. Immediately I'm telling my body when I feel him roll to omoplata, I'm going to roll out of it or something like, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
And if you're flow rolling with a guy and the guy taps, like, he hangs on to it too long. Maybe you don't know how to tap. That's a real thing. Maybe you don't know how to tap. Like, I see a lot of lower belts tapping the mat.
Right.
Hey, man, the guy can't feel that.
I say it too.
Yeah, don't be afraid. You tap the body.
Yeah.
You tap your opponent's body.
I also say tap.
You don't tap the mat or the people who like stomp their foot on the ground.
Right.
Like, hey, man, they didn't feel that. He's cranking on it. Tap! Fucking yell it. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yell it. There's no problem with yelling. Like, a lot of lower belts are like, I tapped the mat. He didn't hear me and he cranked it and hurt me. Now he's holding on it too long. No, you just didn't know how to tap. Learn to tap.
One of the
tap
things
the body. I tell guys, hey, tap the body. If it's a submission, like because I know it's a quick hitter, like so say it's an Americana. So Americanas are dangerous because it ain't much that short will go. So when you drill Americanas, you gotta be really, really careful. It's like yell it, tap.
Right.
Like don't wait for the arm. So the arm's not there. Tap. You can say tap before you can actually do it. Tap.
Right.
Yell it.
One of the things that I used to really focus on, like when I was going for a submission, trying to be slow and methodical with it to give them an opportunity to tap. But at the same time, I feel like that's putting a hindrance on my ability to
hit it.
Exactly. Because now I'm also giving them an out. You know what I mean? Versus like immediately going to an armbar or something like that. It's
you got to learn how to hit it with speed.
Right.
But you also on defense got to have the recognition of like what he's trying to do. Like when I see a guy spinning over my arm, I'm like, oh, he's going for armbar.
Right.
I'm either hitchhiker in a way, I'm defending, or I'm ready to yell tap. Like you got to know submission awareness on both sides. Submission awareness of like seeing the submission and submission awareness like, oh, he's about to fucking rip my ankle.
Right.
Get ready to yell.
I think by going slow as the attacker, you're doing both you and the other person a disservice because they're not learning how to defend it at the proper speed and you're not learning how to hit it.
Especially if the guy is your level.
Right.
So if you're going against a blue belt and you're hitting arm bars on him.
Right.
And he's like, hey, man, you're going full speed. He's like, hey, man, I'm a blue belt too, though. Like, this is as fast as blue belt's arm bar.
Right.
Like, so you better get used to it because this is what you're going to get.
Yeah. I think that too, my first comp as a white belt, that was kind of the shocker because I guess I didn't really, I was still so fresh. I didn't understand how to drill or not drill, but like how to roll like in class. And what I mean by that is when it came to competition time, we've talked about this in competition, the stakes are higher. It's way more intense. It's like, because I practiced wrong when it came time to actually compete and comp, I was unaware of the intensity of the roll that I had in front of me. You know what I mean?
You think you're rolling hard in class.
Yeah.
And then when you take your first competition, you realize like we were not rolling hard.
Right.
That shit was different. And like that'll open up your game in jiu-jitsu because you realize like, oh, that was real. Now we're practicing.
Right.
So that's why we've said in the past, do one tournament because that will open your game up in jiu-jitsu because you'll be like, I don't care if I win or lose here because now that I compete, that was real.
Right.
And this is not.
Well, and let's say you don't care about being a competitor and you're doing jiu-jitsu from like a self-defense standpoint or something like that. Now, I'm not saying go take an MMA fight or anything like that, but if by taking a competition, you quickly realize that, hey, what I'm practicing and the intensity I'm practicing with in class ain't real life. So if I were to get into a real fight, at least I have a better idea of what it's going to be like.
Right.
So.
No, I'm here with you with that 100%. So yeah, fuck flow rolling.
That wasn't on the docket, folks. Matt just decided to say fuck flow rolling.
I don't know why I just kind of blended in because we kind of talked about it last time. Let's get into some questions.
Nate Mooskies. What's the biggest hole in your game?
Biggest hole in my game.
I feel like he's asking this because Nate and I do roll every once in a while, and I feel like he's trying to see what this is intentional. Nate.
Here's a little breaking news, Nate. If you want to roll with Kenny, he likes to lock down your right leg.
Oh, he's aware.
So give him your left. Knee slice with your left leg.
He's aware.
So anyhow, biggest hole in my game is, I would say, butterfly guard. My butterfly guard is not good. It's not good. I just never really been good at the connections of the butterfly guard. I do have like my knee sucks. So it's kind of like, I need something to lock you in. Open guard, like, is tough for me. So I'm always looking for a sleeve. I'm always looking for a half guard connection. I'm always looking for something where I can lock in a guard, because passing to the left on me in open guard, I have nothing. And even before my disability, my butterfly guard.
To your left?
If you pass left on me, and that's the way everybody loves to pass.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
And so it's a problem for me because I can't bend my leg very well. So I have to, so that's why, I always lasso with my left leg now. I can lasso with both legs, actually. So I lasso, but at least I'm locking them in. They can't move.
Right.
Or half guarding them. Or De La Hiva, I have a connection. If I'm open guard and say I'm just overhooking and my legs are open and I don't have any connection with my legs, it's easy to pass because I don't have the flexibility with my left leg, or my right leg rather, to get it through. So I'd say butterfly guard is my biggest hole in my game, is butterfly guard.
I would say close guard. I don't like it.
Heel hooks too. I don't know many heel hooks. I know like basic heel hooks.
I know to get out of them. I know enough to.
Right. I know like some foot locks, but like like these adverse heel hooks I see these guys hitting, I'm like, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Close guard. I'm not that great at it. I'm not a fan of it. Admittedly, I don't practice it a whole lot either. You know what I mean? I really like half guard, so I just go for half guard, But also, you said De La Hiva shortly. I suck at De La Hiva, and it's something we've been practicing a lot lately. Something, Professor Medina's been really going over. But I think what scares me about it is I feel pressure on my knees. Mm-hmm. And I don't like it. I don't like that feeling. Because I'm like, I know, like I'm 40. I've had some knee injuries in the past. I've never had like a need for a surgery, but I've definitely had some knee issues.
Purple belt is the
knee injury belt.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to avoid that shit. So going to De La Hiva, kind of, I just feel a pressure on the inside portion of my knee, and I don't like it.
Yeah, there is some, but again, like for me, I'm always De La Hiva on their right leg because I work left side dominant. Because I've really like had to change my game because of my injuries, and I can't really. Would you think my right leg? Because I'm right-handed, my right leg would be my money. Right. When I first started doing things, I was always right side. But now I had to completely change my game. So there was a time there, like I would say early brown belt, that I was sucking real bad because I had to like reassess my game because the stuff I used to like to do, I couldn't do no more. So it was like a big change. But like hole wise, definitely butterfly guard. And the pressure on your knee from De La Hiva, yes, that is definitely there. So like I try to play a lot of top, which is fine because I like to smash people.
Right.
My top game has never suffered at all. When I'm on top, I'm money. I'm hanging in there. I freaking do all the cool stuff. But it's some stuff with my right leg I really have trouble doing. So open butterfly guard is a problem for me. Now I can butterfly out of lasso. I do a butterfly sweep out of lasso. That's pretty much the only butterfly sweep I have on my thing. Or the connection now where we talked about a couple of episodes ago where I grabbed the belt now. Not over, but like straight forward. Mm-hmm. I hit that a couple times last week. So I'm starting to mess with it. There's no excuse. My injuries are not an excuse for lackluster butterfly sweeps. But that's the whole of my game. Butterfly.
I hear JoJo has a phenomenal butterfly.
JoJo's good, man. She's really good. I've been watching her since she was a white belt. I was like a brown belt or something.
Yeah.
Purple, dirty purple. And
I remember when she was a blue at Hendo's when I started.
Yeah, my kid's gonna start jiu-jitsu soon.
Yeah. And she had me in I want to say she had me in butterfly, but then she had sleeve grips And she I don't even know what sweep it is. The foot's in the hips. Pulled me over with sleeve grips.
She's great. And as good as she is, as good as JoJo is, competitor wise, which is multiple time world champion.
Yeah.
She's probably better coach with kids.
Really?
And like she's so yeah, my kid starts soon.
Nice.
I already know my kid ain't gonna listen to me either. Like I tried to tell her something for soccer. She's in soccer. I'm like, hey, so we're gonna go here. I was like, I want you to practice. We're gonna practice back and forth. I want you to do this drill here that we're doing in practice the other day. She's like, I know, Dad. I got it. I'm like, dude, she's totally not gonna listen to me in jiu-jitsu.
My kid's the same way. My kid's.
I could not tell her. It doesn't matter what rank I am. She knows.
Well, I'll get her excited. We'll talk about she'll have class. We'll go have dinner afterwards sometimes. And I'll get her all like, hey, this weekend, you want to like pull the mat out and put our gis on and like practice a little bit? And she's like, yeah. And then Saturday rolls around. I'm like, hey, you want to pull the mat out and throw the gis on and like practice them? No. No desire. I'm like, 3 days ago, you were stoked on this. Now you just, no.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Big's hole, Nate. Bring it on, dude. See you tomorrow.
Good for the soul. BJJ asks, how do you guys handle self-doubt? I know it's sort of inevitable in the sport, especially for lower belts.
First of all, she just started our 6 a.m. She's one of the wives of one of the guys there. So welcome to the squad. Look, you're gonna have doubt. Every belt. There's days that I go back like, oh, man, well, I suck today. Now, there's few far in between. I'm having a lot less sucky days now than I used to, but at white belt, you're going to get humbled. You're going to get destroyed. You know, I've had moments where I freaking was an idiot and freaking slamming a mat because I lost and freaking losing to like world-class guys. And like, I've had bad
Your Joe
yeah, I've had dumb things, dude. I'm getting beat by guys I shouldn't get beat if. I'm getting swept by little guys. I'm like, I'm way bigger than him. What is happening? Like, there's been times where you're just going to have bad days, but the bad days that you show up and have a bad days and you're willing to come back, that automatically makes that day as a W. Jiu-jitsu is like tying your shoes. When we first start learning how to tie our shoes, we get the concept of tying our shoes. We get like what we're trying to do. We know we're trying to choke or we're trying to get an arm. We know we got to make bunny ears. We know we got to get across lapel. We know we got to go around the bunny ears through the loop, pull it through. We know we got to grab the arm, push the face down, S mount, boom, thing. But guess what? When we first start tying our shoes, we suck at it. So we'll saying what we need to do, the steps, and we miss it.
Right.
Jiu-jitsu, we go for the arm bar, blah, blah, we miss it because we suck at it. But the more you do it, the more it becomes quick and like more routine. So jiu-jitsu is like tying your shoes. At first you're going to stink, but stick with it. And next thing you know, you'll have it down. Now, and then when you get black belt, you learn different ways to tie your shoes, different knots. And then when you become elite level, you're like, this guy's got Velcro shoes on. He don't even have the time anymore. This is how jiu-jitsu is.
Son of a bitch.
Sandals. What are you going to do? You're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, so like jiu-jitsu is like tying your shoes.
Dealing with self-doubt as a
blue belt.
Yeah, I still deal with this. Some of the things that I do, we've talked about a lot of this stuff. So one, I make games so that I have a goal that's attainable. So even if I'm getting smashed, like case in point, okay, I've talked about this kid a bunch of times. There's kid Mateo, it's blue belt, about my size, 17 years old, maybe 18.
Comes to our gym 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Then goes to Spanish class.
Yeah. And then comes and trains at night. So kid is so good, right? And as a 40-year-old man, getting your ass handed to you by like a 17-year-old kid sucks. But he's very good. And I'm not taking any of this away from him. It's gotten to the point where I know that I'm not beating Mateo anytime soon. So it's like, let's just try not to let Mateo choke me out, you know? Mm-hmm. And can I mitigate that for 5 minutes? Can I, it used to be like Mateo was choking me 4, 5, 6 times in a 5-minute span. And then it was like 2 or 3. And now I can make it through a round. It's like, okay, the other day I played it. I was like, I'm going to try to stay standing up as long as I can and make him take me down. Mm-hmm. and he got me down at the end, but he didn't sub me. So I was like, that was a win in my book. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you got to find your wins.
Yeah. So little things like that. I make these attainable goals. I know I'm not choking Mateo anytime soon, but I don't want to avoid Mateo in the gym because he's a good, hard roll, and there's growth in that. So what's my little mini game, to make this, what can I realistically shoot for in this role with him?
Right. And just because your jiu-jitsu is not working
right
at class doesn't mean it's not going to work
right
in a real situation.
Well, then there's other things too that we talk about.
Mateo's been training for like 8 years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a blue belt.
Right.
But like he's been a yellow belt and an orange belt and a green belt and you know what I mean? So it's like he's got a lot of reps.
Right.
He's got more mat time than you.
When I go with someone like Mateo, that my goal is to survive. And then when I go with somebody that's, say, a lower blue or a white or something like that, that's my time to try new things. You know what I mean? Like if it's a strong white, I might try to just hone my technique on the things that I'm good at. And if it's somebody that's maybe a little newer, a little smaller, then I'll try the moves that I've wanted to try out, but I don't know if it's going to work for my game yet. So let's try to implement it and see if I can hit it here.
Yeah. 100%.
So, yeah, there's like different levels but it's just all on mindset. And then the other thing I've mentioned before too, anytime that I know when I'm driving to class or when I'm leaving work and I'm driving past the gym, I'm like, and it's a training night for me, if I don't want to go, that's my indicator that mentally I have to go.
Right.
So it's a non-negotiable.
You're basically breaking habits, bad habits.
Yeah. It's a promise I made to myself. If ever I feel like I don't want to go, which doesn't happen often, but I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to go to class tonight.
And
I'm
good for the Soul BJJ's purpose, if you're the only girl in class, and most of the times you're going to be, sometimes we can get other girls to show up, but 6 a.m. Where the girls at? We're nice guys. But like, look it's hard to get girls to train.
Yeah.
And so you got to find your women's classes, and I'm sure you'll have more success in those classes than you would in a male dominated class. Right. So, shout out to you for just being there. Your wins are going to look different than wins. You're not going to hit a crazy takedown on a guy, but like, are you surviving? You get into your hip, you doing little things like that's jiu-jitsu. That's wins for you. And you're going to have drives home where you're frustrated, and you're going to have long drives home where you're in the shower and you're like, man, that really was hard today, but you're the winner because you're doing it.
Mark Legaction, get choked out by someone with one arm or choke someone out with cerebral palsy?
Well,
I'm going to go ahead and get choked out. I'm going to take the easy method out of this one.
There's a guy in our class, in my 6 a.m. He has one arm, one leg.
Yeah.
His name's Wally. And Wally is a fucking gangster.
I hear that often.
Wally is a motherfucker.
I see he wears a hoodie often. Is he wearing the hoodie because it helps assist him in his...
I don't know why he's wearing a hoodie. He's wearing a hoodie because he's the bad motherfucker. This is the Wally hype tape right here. I roll Wally every week. Wally loves to be smashed. He loves the fucking grime. He loves the shoulder pressure. He loves knee on belly. He don't want no easy rounds. He loves bleeding. He's just that motherfucker. And he got one arm, but he'll choke the fuck out of you. He's a purple belt. He's got fucking chokes. He's got games. He's got half guard. He's got sweeps. He's got it all.
Damn.
And he's a true inspiration in the gym. So choked out by a guy with one arm is a real fucking possibility. Because like I said, there's a guy in our gym who is that dude.
Yeah. And you watch it happen all the time.
And I see it happen all the time. And I see him put work on dudes. So shout out Wally. So I definitely am doing, I would say Wally.
Hi Victoria asks, Matt, tell us a story about when you taught your first women's class.
Well, first of all, there was a tub of Jello. I haven't taught a full women's class, but I did teach a class that had a bunch of girls in it one time. And it's just different. I had to I said she's she's on Instagram, so follow her. She's got a lot of followers, especially a lot of girls who train jiu-jitsu follow her. So very funny account. She had a comment sometimes like, and then I never taught women's class again. I put a funny comment in there, you know what I mean? So she's kind of replying to that. I just when I taught my first women's class, if you know me, I try to be a silly goose. I'm kind of funny. I'll say some stuff that's not appropriate. So like, you won't be seeing me teaching kids classes anytime soon because my style is like smash them, fuck them, just crush them, break them. Like I say stuff like, you know, that you shouldn't be saying that. It's cool for dudes, but like not for 5-year-olds.
Give him the jelly, Gregory.
Put the jelly on his ass. Like Gregory's like already has weight problems. He's all sad now. You know what I mean? Like I'm not built for the kids class, but like, and for the girls too, it's like, I kind of find it hard for me to like, I got to change the way I talk. Like I want to say certain things, you know what I mean? Like, like I have this thing, like when I go knee on belly and you're wearing the gi, and the gi and the pants, they have the little hole. You know what I mean? I'm like, don't ever grab the belt for knee on belly because the belt moves. So when you're pulling up on the belt, sometimes their body's not coming with it. I like to pull up on the pants when I jump knee on belly because it really gets that, So I call that little hole between where the string goes in. I was like, find this little hole. I call it prom night. And I jump up and boom, put 2 fingers in, prom night. Bam, pull it up, boom, get to the prom night, boom. So like I'll say like, get the prom night, boom, pull it up. Shit like that. Stuff like that with the girl in the class. Yeah. It's kind of like, hey, man. So like I really had to like, and I'm good at it. I had to change the way I say certain things.
Yeah, your verbiage.
So like, I'm not going to like, the last thing I want to do is make a female feel uncomfortable in a class when she's just trying to get better. And especially if they don't know who I am.
Right.
And like, they're coming in like, oh, it's a new black belt. And like, they're like, I got to really mind what I say because they're like, was he serious? He talking like that? Like, you know, like, no, I'm an idiot. I just try to be funny all the time. So yeah, definitely had to like, when I taught the class, change it up a little bit and be mindful of what I said.
We got 2 more questions.
Okay.
This is from C-Money187.
Oh, murder.
Why is no-gi so much more badass than gi? Os.
This is going off of what 2 weeks ago when I said no-gi's better than gi's better than no-gi, and I just left it at that.
End story.
No, hey, you guys are acting like I hate no-gi. I don't hate no-gi. I don't hate it. I think no-gi is cool. I just don't think it's functionally sound for a street situation. I feel like you'll find a lot of guys who are good in the gi are also pretty good at no-gi. You find a guy in no-gi puts on the gi, he's lost.
You know, what's funny is the whole premise of no-gi, and I would say the biggest proponent of no-gi, especially in the earlier days, was probably Eddie Bravo. And Eddie Bravo didn't develop his 10-planet jiu-jitsu system for street fighting situations. He developed it for the UFC because you don't wear gis or clothes in the UFC. You can't grab someone's gloves. You can't grab someone's pants in the UFC. You have to grab their body. Yeah. So he just adapted his MMA or his jiu-jitsu style for MMA, not for a street fight. When you're getting in a street fight, most people aren't fucking going and changing into fight shorts, taking their pants off, taking their fucking hoodies and their shirts off. Sometimes their shirt comes off. I don't know why. It's fucking stupid, but sometimes it comes off.
You fought a guy in the street and you let me get deep on your collar in a grip.
Right.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Who keeps calling? Okay. Yeah, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get choked.
Right.
So it's like, no gi is great. And it's fast and it's exciting and it's slippery and it's wet and it's
fun to watch.
And like, you can get very good at no gis. And a guy, if you're really good at no gi, you're going to fucking fuck somebody up. If you're really good at gi, you're going to fuck somebody up.
Right.
Period. But why I think no gi is better than gi, I don't. So I'm not going to say it is, because I think gi is kind of like the donut on the baseball bat. Like, you learn defense properly. You can't explode out of things. It's not slippery. You have to use the perfect technique to get out of things. You have to be mindful of other submissions that are not just the basic no-gi submissions. So like, it really like develops your senses and helps you defensively so much. So that's why I choose gi over no-gi. Nice try.
Last question from Nate Mooskies. How many subscribers for Kenny to grow a skullet?
Oh, Kenny?
Fucking never going to happen, my man. All right. I used to have hair. Like not that long ago. I used to have hair. And
this is the Kenny hair origin story.
Yeah. All of the men in my family are bald. My grandpa, I don't know my dad's dad. I've never met him. My dad's bald. My uncles are bald on my mom's side. It was inevitable. Me not having hair someday was inevitable. And one of the saddest things, in my opinion, to see is dudes that are balding and they can't let it go. They hold on to it.
What is that?
I don't know, man.
What is it?
Because it looks worse.
It does.
And so I remember listening to the Rogan podcast in like 2015. I still had hair at this time. And I remember somebody asking him about his hair. I guess he had like implants at one point. He had like hair implants. And he's like, yeah, it wasn't great. And he talked about, like I decided one day I was going to shave it off, and I was going to take the power back, and I wasn't going to worry about being bald and or having thinning hair and having that looming over me. And he was like, I encourage anybody that has thinning hair, just shave it off, get rid of it.
I'm not bald by any means. I've got great hair. How's the maintenance on hair? You have to shave it every fucking day?
Every couple of days. So in my wife being a barber, she has all the neat tools and whatnot. So she bought me these trimmers, like really nice trimmers that barbers use, not what you would buy from Target.
Sally's Beauty.
Right.
You can't get them there?
No.
Okay.
And then she bought me this, like these foils set, which is a electric shaver, essentially. Not the cheap Pitbull one you see for $30 with the movable. No. Like this is like a $300 set of electric trimmers, or not trimmers, but shaver. So if I go 4 or 5 days without shaving it at all, I'll use the trimmers to kind of shorten it as short as possible, and then hit it with the electric shaver. But if I do like every day or every other day, I just hit it with the electric shaver. It takes me 2 minutes, and then my head's smooth.
So hear me out. Okay.
I used to just razor it, like shaving cream every other day, and just razor it.
Hear me out. If we get, look at, hear me out. Okay. Hear me out. This is a big deal. Okay.
Did you guys go in on this together?
No, I don't know. I'm just making this on the fly. If we get the YouTube, I'm 1,000 for an ice bath. We talked about that.
Uh-huh.
If we get the YouTube to 5,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers but the key is you gotta let me make this a video and post it.
Okay.
If we get the YouTube to 5,000 subs by Christmas, you got to grow your hair out for 2 months. Skull it.
2 months?
2 months.
Okay.
And just rock it.
So all of January, all of February, let my hair grow. Okay. It's going to be fucking terrible looking. But I'll do it.
5,000 by Christmas. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to post it. I'm going to tag BJJ Balance. YouTube. The BJJ Balance YouTube gets to 5,000. 1,000 gets me in my fucking chubby ass in an ice bath crying. 5,000 gets the skull it. Let's make it happen. Also, we threw a teaser merch out there.
Oh yeah. We were approached. We were approached with an opportunity to make some rash guards, and it's something we kind of already thrown the idea around about, and we already had some designs that we never officially released on anything. They were going to come out as a sticker pack that just didn't happen. So we're like, I had these designs sitting around. I'm like, okay. So we threw it on a rash guard, in Photoshop, and it looks kind of dope. And people are interested. So we will definitely be putting some rash guards out soon. We're just trying to gauge interest from viewers and whatnot. So I know not everybody follows us on Instagram. Maybe not. Maybe you don't have Instagram. I know we've actually attained subscribers on YouTube from YouTube.
Right.
So,
and we're going to, probably do the pre-order thing on this, where we're going to get some demos. We'll wear them. We'll see if you like them. You can see them live.
Yeah.
And then we'll put a pre-order out there and get our first rash guards out there. Shirts still coming by Christmas, but rash guards do good. We'll use that money. We're just going to flip it right back into more merch. So
yeah.
You thinking what I'm thinking, buddy?
Aim for the bushes.
Aim for the fucking bushes. My name is Matt. This is Kenny. Thanks for all the follows at BJJ Balance on Instagram, at BJJ Balance on YouTube, at the Freak Party on social media. Still waiting for Kenny on TikTok, on the BJJ Balance, at BJJ Balance on Oats Nation. Oats Nation's killing it on Instagram. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate you all, and we'll catch you around. Oats.